Hey everybody, Luxinda Swirl here. Okay, new day, new cup. I have to tell you, I've been having kind of not so great luck with my cups lately. For example, I am contemplating for the first time ever scrapping a cup project before I even release the video. I'm so unhappy with it. I think it's the whole Mercury in retrograde thing is really getting to me this time around. I tried to do a tumbler for the June 2021 Mr. Nola's Glitters Wanderlust box using all 4 glitters and the beautiful heart mold that came with it, and I am so unhappy with how this looks. First of all, those 4 glitters, while they may all be Rachel's party favorite glitters, they do not play nicely together. I think that looks horrible. Without the orange, I think it would be a lot better, but I wanted to use all 4. This could turn out okay. I haven't resined over the tack-it method, which is tack-it method on top of glitter spray paint base. I thought that might be interesting. And it could still turn out okay once I resin it. Right now it's under matte clear sealer spray, so it doesn't look very special. But I used the Mr. Nola's Glitter Glass Coat Epoxy, thinking it was their box, I'd use their epoxy. And between the shorter work time that it has versus the KS resin, or the KS Art resin I have always used previously for 3D tumbler molds, that is really flexible still 12 hours later after you pour it. This was impossible, I mean virtually impossible to form onto the cup. It'd only been 10 hours, plus I used a crap ton of glitter of each of the 4 glitters in each of the 4 separate areas I poured, believe it or not. So I think between those 2 factors, the different resin than I'm used to using and how much glitter was in here, I could not get the heart to bend, and as a result, even with glue and wrapping it and scrunching it and everything else I usually do that works, I just ended up with crap. This is just crap. And I don't even want to try and fix it because I would have to just, shovel epoxy in there, and it just looks like crap. So there you go. If you want to see me finish this, go down in the comment section of this video and say, hey, give it a try. But, if you don't want to, that's fine, because I'm not sure I can do anything that will make this look better. I really don't like it. Okay, so given that mindset and the fact that I've now glittered all over my white tumbler here, I saw this technique I'm going to try today. It was all over TikTok for a while, and then I started seeing it on YouTube channels, and to be honest with you, I wasn't all that impressed. Lots of glitter. I wasn't all that impressed until I saw it on Ray's Turquoise Turtle, and her version just was Shazam. It was beautiful. I will link to her video below. You should go check it out if you haven't seen it already. This is called the Alcohol Waterfall or Rain. And I also saw it all over the Woody's Goodies. In fact, that's where I saw it first. The Woody's Goodies Facebook group was doing it internally in the group and just posting there before I saw it anywhere else. But anyway, the point being that I loved how Ray's turned out, and I want to try it. And I want to try it with a slightly different twist because it's what I do, and we'll either like it or we won't. Because there have been some we won'ts lately, haven't there? So what I'm thinking is, because I've also seen a whole boatload of 4th of July cups being made recently, and I wasn't going to do anything, but okay. So we're coming up on the 4th of July, and why not, right? So I am going to try doing a 2-tone alcohol waterfall thing. Meaning I'm going to put the red up here, and I'm going to put the blue down here, leave it whitish in the middle, so red, white, and blue, and then I'll put some decal-y stuff in the middle, and we'll see how it turns out. So I have my 91% isopropyl alcohol from Walmart, and thank goodness that's available again. And I also put some in a little dropper bottle for more precision. For the red section up here, I have my Ranger Alcohol Pearl in Deception, which is his red with some shimmer in it. And then I have Pinata Chili Pepper red. And then I have Woody's Goodies in a Short Trip deep red. So those are my 3 reds. We're going to try those up here. And then down here in the blue area, we have Ranger Pearl in Tranquil, which is his blue. Bria Reese Ultramarine Blue, which is just gorgeous. And Ranger's Cobalt Blue is the third blue. And because there's no resin involved, I can keep talking while I do this. Aren't you happy about that? You lucky, lucky people. All right, I'm just gonna start. I have never made one of these before. I don't know if it's gonna work for me. Just gonna give it a go and see what happens. I'm gonna start by flooding the top section only of my cup. This will waste product. Please don't be upset. I'm aware of the fact that a lot of it will end up in the pan. It's just the nature of this thing, this beast. I'll start with the pearl. Whoop. This is the Woody's Goodies, a short trip. These big bottles also have big dropper holes. They come out very quickly. And then we have Piñata Chili Pepper Red, which is lovely. Now Ray used gold in hers. She wasn't going for a specific, like red, white, and blue. That our flag doesn't have gold in it. But I'm toying with the idea of using something to break this up. I thought maybe the pearlescent from the Ranger Pearls would, but it's not looking good here. So I may ditch that. Silver, or I have brass. What silver would look like. These are piñata, but they've been diluted with 99% alcohol, so they're diluted piñata colors, metallics. Hopefully I won't be sorry I do this. Don't want it to take over, I just want an accent. Let's skip that. Okay. That's okay. I don't like the little boogers that the pearlescent has left. Those aren't very cool, but I like everything else. So don't use the pearlescents. I won't do that in the blue. Okay. All right, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Dare I try? Maybe I will a little bit. I kind of like it like it is. I'm not going to use the pearlescent down here. I'm going to grab a different blue. We'll use good old Piñata Baja blue along with my others. Again, I know I'm wasting product. Please don't freak out about it. It's okay. I'm still in budget. We're all right. Okay, this is the Piñata Baja. This is the Ranger Cobalt. Don't forget your bottoms. And then we have the Woody's, or no, I'm sorry, the Brie Reese Ultramarine. And down here, I'm going to give the brass a try. Just a tiny little bit. I always say that, just a tiny little bit, and then, you know, I can't stop. 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 All right, how are we looking? Looking good. Sorry. Terrible, terrible Freddie Prinze impersonation. How many of you remember Chico and the Man? Once again, I'm dating myself, I know. It's okay. If you all haven't figured out that I'm an old person by now, there's no hope for you. God, I'm loving this. Something right there. What can I do right there? What do I do with my silver? I really am not sure I want to add more silver, but at the same time, I don't want to start putting different metallics on it. You know, I diluted this, but it's still not diluted enough. It comes back and it glops together. And this one doesn't. That's why I like this one so much. You know what? I think at this point, I'm going to let it ride. I'm liking how both halves, or both sections look. I didn't mess up the middle by splashing everything around. We're gonna let this dry, then I'm gonna decal the middle, might as well. And then I'll put epoxy resin over the whole thing, and I will put the rainbow alcohol ink into it. All right, cool beans. I'll bring you back when it's dry. Stay tuned. Alrighty, we are back. I'm gonna move this a little so it's a bit easier for me Hopefully you can still see everything. I've cut some vinyl to go in the middle bit. I have some blue stars and I have some red stars. And I'm going to try and place them quasi-evenly around the cup. I'm not going to worry about it if it's not perfect. This is not a problem. Just going to give it a shot, you know? I'm not going to use transfer tape either because I don't want to pull up my base paint. All right. Well, that wasn't easy. Sure, there's an easier way to do it, but that was how I did it. Pretty happy with where they are. Pretty happy with how this looks. I'm going to overseal. It's what I do. It's my thing. So I'm going to put UV resin over the stars to tack them down so they don't go anywhere or lift up at any of the edges or points once I put epoxy resin on. And I'm also going to spray the whole thing with matte clear spray, Rust-Oleum 2X matte clear. And then I'll bring you back. We will do the final, probably the one and only layer of epoxy resin. See how that looks. I am going to include my Marabou Rainbow Alcohol ink in that layer of epoxy resin, and I will be using KS Liquid Stone. So stay tuned.